If Frisco home prices are pushing your budget to the breaking point, you are not alone. In 2025, Frisco is still one of the hottest and most expensive housing markets here in North Dallas. But is it actually worth it? Or are buyers walking straight into a financial trap? In this video, I'm breaking down what's really happening in Frisco's housing market, including the hidden costs that no one's talking about, property taxes, PIDs, resale risk, commuting, and the truth about living in one of the most sought after areas of North Dallas, let alone the entire state of Texas. And if Frisco feels just a little out of reach, stick around because I'm going to show you where you might find a lot more value for your money just a few minutes down the road. Let's get started. I'm Emily Herrin, the Dallas area realtor, and my husband Tim and I have been helping people just like you buy and sell homes here in the Dallas area since 2015. So feel free to subscribe to our channel, and if you'd like us to help you find a home here in Dallas, give us a call, text, or email. Let's start with the big question. Is Frisco still affordable? As of May 2025, the median list price is approximately $750,000, with the median price per square foot of $250. While this does represent a moderate increase from the previous year, it's important to note that the market has shown signs of cooling, with some areas even experiencing slight price declines. You can watch this video, as we've linked below, to find some of the areas where we are seeing prices come down the most. However, these figures do not tell the whole story. The influx of new developments like the PGA headquarters, the $10 billion Fields project, and Universal Studios theme park continues to drive demand and prices upward. This means that while some buyers may find opportunities, others could be priced out. There is plenty of new construction happening right now in Frisco. The lowest prices you'll typically see start in the $700,000s, and there are certainly a lot of luxury million-dollar neighborhoods like Fields, Lexington, and the Grove. But one thing that doesn't get talked about enough is what happens if you buy in a new community and then need to sell that home before the builder is finished building in that neighborhood. You are looking at competing against the builder for prospective buyers, and since builders often have the flexibility to offer below market interest rates, the only way to sell is to price your home well below builder prices. So before you buy a new build home, you need to ask your realtor how long to expect that there would be construction in that neighborhood, as it could affect your ability to sell if needed. Second, let's talk about property taxes. How much should you expect to pay the government each year for a home in Frisco? So Frisco straddles the Collin and Denton County line. While the majority of Frisco falls within Frisco ISD, you do have parts that are zoned to Prosper, Little Elm, and Louisville. So your tax rate will be dependent upon which county and school district your home is zoned to. Overall, your taxes in Frisco are actually some of the least expensive in the area, especially compared to Prosper and Salina. So what about MUDs and PIDs? Does Frisco have any of these special taxing districts? The short answer is yes, there are a few areas in Frisco that have these. But the good news is that the areas with PIDs are more of the exception than the norm. The majority of homes in Frisco do not have a MUD or PID. Certainly not nearly as many as someplace like Salina, where your home prices are lower, but your taxes are higher, and you're paying several $100s a month in MUD or PID fees. A couple more things to note. First, I would never trust if a home was in a MUD or a PID based on the listing information given online. There have been numerous times where I found this information to be incorrect or incomplete. Have your realtor do some research to see if there is in fact any special taxing districts active before you make an offer on that home. Next, let's talk about commuting. If you are going to be commuting down to Dallas, you will need to use the DNT. And depending on where in Frisco that you are coming from, your costs could vary a bit. But let's use the Fields as an example. A trip from Fields downtown one way with a toll tag will cost you $7.41, which means you're paying roughly $15 round trip every day that you commute, which could be upwards of $300 a month if you do this every day. Now, you may not be going all the way to Dallas. Maybe you work in Plano or Richardson. In any case, you can plug in your exact coordinates into the toll calculator that I've linked below to see how much your commute will cost you if you choose to use the toll system, which you probably should, because there's really no other way. Now, Frisco's rapid growth brings many opportunities, but it also can mean some challenges. Ongoing projects like the widening of the Dallas North Tollway, massive construction zones near Fields and Universal, the renovations in downtown Frisco can lead to a lot of traffic delays and changing landscapes. Now, these are relatively short-term pain points that should yield a positive result, but you should not move here to Frisco and expect that everything will be polished. This is very much an area that is undergoing massive change. So, is Frisco a good fit for you? I would say Frisco is worth it if 1. You prioritize top-rated schools and modern amenities. 2. You're seeking long-term investment in a rapidly growing area. 3, you want to live in the middle of the action and don't mind the minor inconveniences of all the developments that are happening. And 4, of course, that you actually have the budget to find something that actually works for you. So what are some alternatives to Frisco? If you are feeling that your budget is stretched too much and you're not finding the kind of homes that you want in Frisco, then you can check out Aubrey, Salina, McKinney, or Melissa, where you are likely to find things a little less expensive. Now, each of these comes with its own pros and cons, but thankfully we've made videos talking about each of these. Feel free to check out what each of these suburbs has to offer. If you are wanting an area that feels more established, then Plano may be a better fit for you. Plano was developed mostly between the 70s and early 2000s, and there's not much new construction happening there. Well, what do you think of Frisco, Texas? Is this an area where you might consider living here in 2025? If you would like more information or would like to set up home tours here in Frisco, feel free to give me a call, text, or email. We'll see you next time.